Feminism is not about making women stronger. Women are already strong. It's about changing the way the world perceives their strength. Welcome to yet another exciting episode on Matter Africa, and I'm Zoe Hamizan. Discussing this topic today with me is Mrs. Jennifer Obadu-Ota. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Happy to be with you. So, can you tell us about yourself?
My name is Jennifer Obadu-Ota. I'm an academic. I teach at the university in the US, but I'm Nigerian, and in Nigeria I run three businesses that are focused on women as the key population of impact, and among others.
Okay. Now, seeing the many misconceptions about the concept of feminism, can you kindly explain the movement from your own perspective?
Okay, so feminism is actually a movement that begins from there's the ideology of feminism.
Yes.
Then there's also the feminist movement.
Yeah.
So ideologically, feminism actually refers to the whole sense of equal opportunities for across genders, and for there to be non-discrimination, non-exploitation of any gender, whether male or female. But then, when you talk about the feminist movement, so currently we're in the third or fourth wave of the feminist movement, and some people try to begin from the US in the 1960s or in the 1950s, when women were campaigning for voting rights, even in the US, to now women being able to vote, and now we are coming to the third, or even people are saying fourth phase of feminism, where we are talking about the individual rights and freedom of a woman. And it refers to not necessarily in terms of competition with the male gender, but it's more in the terms of self-actualization. She being able to fulfill her goals, being able to fulfill her dreams, and being able to be self-sufficient and being a very valuable member of the society. So that is the whole ideology behind feminism from my perspective.
Okay. Chiama Amanda, the popular Nigerian actor, sometimes back complain about showering. Are you of the opinion that when men go the extra mile to make a woman comfortable, are they actually indirectly demeaning them?
So I don't believe that chivalry is aimed at demeaning women, but I also understand the perspective that Chimamanda is coming from. So I will give an example. There's a sense whereby, you're driving, classic case in Nigeria, and you make a mistake. They say, it doesn't matter, she's a woman. It's expected that because she's weaker, try and guide her. And that is almost, there is a sense that we don't think that person is enough. That's why we are helping the person. But if you go to the mall, and I'm sure even for you, if somebody is behind you, you could actually just keep the door open for the person. It's just mutual respect for the individual. So I don't believe chivalry is the meaning, but it also comes to, when is it chivalry? Is chivalry when you are doing it out of respect for the individual, or if you're doing it from the fact that, she's a woman, she's not even good, let me help her. So I think it's the sense that differentiates whether it's chivalry or whether it's an act that actually means the woman.
Okay. Please, let's go on a quick break. Go nowhere. Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is Matter Africa on television Nigeria. Today we're discussing feminism, and with me is Mrs. Jennifer Obadu-Ota. Welcome back, ma'am. Would you rather gone for gender equality or equity, seeing the reality, especially in Nigeria setting?
I would go for gender equality. I know there's a lot of debate about gender equality or gender equity, and coincidentally, it's a recurring debate between me and my husband. So I believe gender equality because we need to recognize the fact that, for example, in the Nigerian society, it's very patriarchal. So it means that within our culture, there are systems, norms, morals, values that are maybe unintentionally reduces the power or the capacity of a woman to fully express herself, in whatever dimension, whether it's economically, politically. And I keep telling people, we don't have a female governor. We have never had a female governor in Nigeria. You have a female deputy governor, but never a governor. But why? You've had the chairman of First Bank Nigeria, the biggest bank in Nigeria,
Yes.
if I'm right, is female. So it means that there are dimensions of our society that actually limit the rights and opportunities of women. So we need to first of all come to a place whereby both genders in the Nigerian society have a level playing field. And I know there are people that were ready to push back that, okay, in Nigeria, nobody stopped the woman from going to school, nobody stopped the woman from getting employed, nobody stopped you to do this, nobody stopped you to do that. But a simple thing is, a man does not get pregnant.
No.
A woman gets pregnant and she might not be able to get a job.
Yes.
So you might go for an interview and they just see you pregnant and they don't want to offer you a job. That is a constraint a man will never have to face. So we need to first of all come to a level whereby both genders are par. Then we talk about equity, because equity means that the way I try to explain it is on both sides doing good. So if you're doing good on both sides, you cannot, if it's here and you're doing good on both sides, here we keep going higher. So and this person will still not be able to catch it, because you put one step up, this person goes higher. So the imbalance will already be there.
Yes.
But if you come to a place of equality and you talk about equity, then you start pushing both persons up. So I believe that we should have gender equality first. Then after that, we can talk about equity.
Okay. Now, value-based association and recognition is what some feminists are advocating. But don't you think this is contrasting? For example, we advocate for girl child education, especially in Nigeria, and want the world to join the movement. So since the movement is value-based, why don't we go for smart child education, as we have male who are also disadvantaged too?
That's a very interesting question, and there are two ways to respond to it. So the first thing is, recent research actually shows that there is actually a disparity between male and female education in Nigeria, particularly when you start looking at the age group from 25 and above. And if you think back, someone that is 25 years old today is probably born around mid-90s.
Yes.
And that was when the girl child education advocacy started. So I would say that recent evidence shows that there is indeed an unintended outcome, that if you put a group of 25-year-old Nigerian women and a group of 25-year-old Nigerian men, the women are likely to be much more educated and much more ahead in their career. And that has social consequences in terms of the quality of spouse selection, even sort of tension between genders, and some other social consequences. But so with that in mind, we could say that yes, definitely there should be some equity in terms of attention to education across gender, whether for girl child or whether for men. But again, I always advocate for there not to be a sort of a carte blanche agenda. Like, okay, so this is Nigeria, we are just going to do male and female. So we need to recognize that there are disparities across different geographical locations in Nigeria, even if we just take the 6 geopolitical zones. The level of girl and educational level across genders, between both genders, is very different from what you have in the southeast, or what you even, when you now talk about the northeast, or you have about the northwest. So I would rather, I again recognize that it is important that attention is put on the education of the boy child. But again, I would say that they have regions whereby there is heavy deficit in terms of educational attainment for girls. And in such locations, there needs to be heavy attention on the education of the male child. So we need to have, the strategies need to be region specific. So for places like the Southwest, if you find out that there is sort of a gap across gender and boys are lagging here, then let us push for an option. Then in the Northwest and the Northeast, if we find out that there is a gap that disfavors the girl child, then we should push for an option. So yes, balance.
Okay, let's take a quick break. Please go ahead. Welcome back. Before we went on the break, I wanted to ask you how you were able to balance being a successful woman, a wife, and a career lead. How were you able to balance these three things?
Okay. So personally, all of this, a career woman, a business owner, then a wife, they are different though personally. I believe they are different dimensions of my life. I am not my career.
Okay.
I am not my business. I am me. And the different manifestation of Jennifer, whether in terms of my ideas and my ambitions, in terms of my business, is actually my contribution to the world and for me to make impact in my society. My career is where I express my gifts and my interests, and in terms of being a wife, it's actually where I get to share my life with somebody else. So I personally, so I tend to differentiate it. Majorly, I tend to also differentiate my personal from my private life. So there's actually no mix. And I'm married to somebody that supports my business a lot and supports my dreams and my ideology. So that also helps. So I think having a supportive staff, not staff, a supportive husband, who I'm saying staff because I'm forcing him to join my organization,
Okay.
also helps.
So where do you get this drive to do most of the things you do?
Okay, so I get the vibe because I was born and raised in a very poor community in Lagos that everybody will know. I was born and raised in Makoko. If you just need to Google Makoko and see houses on the lagoon and all. So I grew up seeing poverty all around me. Even though my parents were educated and a little bit, maybe we have to say we are just one step away from poverty, but just seeing what happens to families, particularly young girls and women living in poverty, have been one of the biggest driving force of my life. And I would say the story that I keep remembering that keeps pushing me ahead is my younger brother had a childhood best friend that had a sister that was sick of malaria. They couldn't afford medication, so the girl died. I think she was about 3 or 4 years old. And the worst thing was that he died and they couldn't even afford to bury her. If you know Makoko is in the houses and that they literally have to put her in a sack and throw her into the laptop. So I don't think anybody deserves such living conditions, and God has been faithful and been able to move forward with my life, and I still continue to remember the circumstances I grew up in, and that has been one of the biggest drivers for me to make a change in the lives of people that are not, I don't like to say disadvantaged, but people that are not, that don't have the same opportunities as everyone in the society, and particularly for young girls and women.
Wow, thank you very much. It was indeed a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, and that's the much we have on Matter Africa on television Nigeria. Like the saying goes, when you educate a man, you educate a man. But when you educate a woman, you educate a generation. I'm Zoera Hamza. Bye for now.